I want to get into the Kendrick Lamar video.
Kendrick Lamar.
Oh my God.
They not like us.
They not like us.
They not like
that
us.
song is gonna live on forever.
I like the video, but I thought he was going to bring more energy in the video.
I thought so, but then when I watched it, I was like,
it was very conceptual.
Very conceptual and very just Kendrick. Like we already said that we don't see him very like amped up, hyped up, and stuff like that. So I wasn't too surprised. Like, what was he supposed to start doing? Heel toe, pop, lock, and drop it? Like,
he did bust out a couple dance moves.
Like, probably ain't mine. Like, that's his dance right there.
I thought he was going like the part when he was like, "You think the beta gonna let you disrespect Pop, nigga?" Like he was gonna be pointing at the camera like on some Tupac shit. Like, man, fuck this nigga. You think the beta gonna let you disrespect Pop, nigga? I think that Oakland should go be your last stop, nigga. But it was more so like he was just on some cool shit, like driving like he about to do a fuck, like he about to spin a block on this nigga and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's where I thought he was going to bring the energy a little bit more.
It would have been dope if, like, in that section right there, he kind of emulated the Hit 'Em Up video. Like, just that section of, like, you think the bait gonna let you, like, if you remember that video, it was, like, all white, and then Pac is like,
yeah,
you know
I remember.
It was like, that would have been decent right there if you would have just hit that a little bit in there.
But I think he contemplating for us and, like, dragging it a little bit. Like, you don't want to be too Joe. You kind of still want to
have your own shit.
Yeah, have your own identity, have your own. That's where I think he ain't used too much of the
somebody else
shit. Yeah.
Okay, I could get that. I did enjoy the video though.
I definitely did.
I did. When he was being an owl, that was hilarious.
That was funny as hell.
That was not fuck him up. Yeah,
I think it's over for Drake.
You see him? He was looking old. He was looking.
He's 37.
He was looking about 57.
What I was going to do on this episode, I was going to call Jordan in here and say, "What do you feel about Drake?" And just have her little bit.
You might have to,
right? Because like she be clowning Drake. She say "Not Like Us" is the song of the summer. Just asked her that. Like, what's the song of the summer? First she said the Tommy John, and then she was like, "No, Not Like Us. It's not even close." You know what I'm saying? That's a 10-year-old. So it's like the youth look at you crazy. And I was watching I ain't watch it, but I seen a clip of the Joe Budden John, and he was like, no, not Joe Budden. It was DJ Academics. And he was like, the Drake stimulus package might be over because he did a feature with that, I think that girl and shit, and he was like, it didn't do numbers.
What girl?
I don't know. So
that's crazy.
And it's like usually when Drake jump on your shit, it's like,
it go up. Yeah,
that's the only cosign you need. Now it's more so like, damn, that joint kind of came and went. Nobody really paid attention to it.
I think I vaguely heard about something, but like it didn't stick.
Yeah,
it didn't do anything. So I'm just like,
even the Sexy Red joint, the BBL Drizzy.
Oh yeah, that came and went. That was about nothing.
But before, when it was like when you get a Drake feature, it's up. This is a top charting song. Like you on your way. His aura has already been shattered by that. It's crazy, man, when you think about the fall-offs of like top artists and stuff like that. And this is like a completely different way it happened. When you be thinking about like, Tupac and Biggie, they got killed. You think of like Ja Rule and what 50 Cent did to him. It's like when you look at top artists and what's the reason for their downfall, it's kind of like if they don't fall out gracefully with age, kind of like Jay-Z did, it's like people end up starting to hate you. But it's like, what's going to be the reason? And I think this might be the reason for Drake.
I am hearing that as far as in just like you said, the Drake stimulus package is not, it's like instantly right now, not a thing. And I don't know, the way Kendrick just like, the way he just articulated everything, it kind of make people just like extra critique whatever Drake do, whatever he say. It's like, before it was like he could really almost say whatever and it'd be like people going with it. But now it's like colonizer.
If you, what's your marketing brand, if you had to print up a game plan for Drake to make a comeback, to be back on top, how would you go about it?
He got to lay low for a little bit.
Mm.
I think you got to make, at this point, you got to make people want you to come back out.
Mm.
Like, I don't really know, like the temperature of music already was shaky, and Drake was kind of like the only person that always just came out and like gave you something.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I think he would just have to fall back and not make no music right now. I don't know what his contract is, what he has to do or whatever, but that would be step one. When I say lay low, I mean for like minimum a year.
Minimum a year. Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, fall back. You can still be hooking up and stuff like that, but I just feel like you got to make the feel like it's a void. You know what I'm saying? And miss the presence or whatever, because that was the whole thing, is that like, man, I'm running this shit. Like when I come out and I drop, when there's, like you just said, it's like he came out with whoever it was. I don't even know what you're talking about, because you know what I'm saying, we're just so like, Drake, whatever. Like you do be just doing, like, we have such a disdain for him right now. So gotta lay low for the year minimum. And then you got to get back on like your 2012, 2013 Drizzy. Like when you come back out, stop painting your nails, stop with the braids, go get a low cut. Like just like almost like show that you're a grown man and not like trying to keep up with young kids, because that's just the bad look now. Everybody's criticizing that part. So throw all that out the window. Like all that, I don't want to call it nothing crazy, but
Gen Z shit.
Yeah, just stop trying to be young and like it's like just be normal, like be like grow into a grown man rather than trying to cling on to all of the younger artists and stuff like that. Like I don't know, like Yachty and all of them. It's like they're younger. You gotta, start rapping a little bit different. But I know people were saying it's like he really don't have anything else going on. Like as far as in like how people say like Jay-Z, he transitioned into entrepreneurship. He has a family, he got kids and all that type of stuff. And it's like Drake doesn't really have that to talk about.
He got a kid.
He has a
the twist
kid.
about it is he was trying to be young so long. That was the whole thing with Pusha T. Where it's like, you are grown. You just not acting grown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You are grown. You got a kid. You know what I'm saying? You probably got a woman in your life that you hide or you know what I'm saying, don't want to be public with and shit like that. You probably got a family. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I don't know if his dad died or one of them, but you got a family.
No,
so he was at the family reunion or some shit like that. It's like you got a family. You got shit to talk about as far as in family and shit like that, but you always talking about the girl from Houston and flying jets and kicking it over here and stuff like that. That was the whole discrepancy with Joe Budden. It was like, man, stop hanging around these young ass streamers and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? It's like you can mature as an artist, but it's kind of like you're scared to.
Like he's like, my niggas richer than they represent. They all stream. It's like, why is them your niggas?
Exactly.
Why is them your niggas?
Exactly. You can't find no rich niggas that's
your age or whatever
into
like
real
that.
estate or into fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Like we don't really hear about Drake doing no grown shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, buying property, I mean, like, not saying that he's not doing it, but it's just not to the forefront. So like a lot of the time it's like all we're hearing about is you hanging out with young kids and you're getting young features and stuff like that. So he just really handed over the fucking, not the torch, but he gave Kendrick the play just by trying to do that shit. He just turned that shit around on him. Like, you think you ate with that, but you really didn't and shit. So
I think he can still rap. I think
for sure.
For him to make that comeback, he would have to drop a rapping album that the streets love.
Because Scary Hours for me wasn't nothing. I'm sorry. I listened to like, so it was I don't want to say a couple songs. I think it was only like 2, maybe 3 songs that I was like, oh, okay. Because what I do is like I'll be in the car and I'll listen to I'll put this shit on like when I'm driving or something like that, and like have it up loud, like I'm into it. And it really didn't really do shit for me. Only a couple, like I said, 2 or 3 songs came up and I was like, okay, I like this one. But the project had a lot of songs on it. So I'm like, out of it, like, that's all I liked off of it. I know other people might feel some other type of way, but for me personally, it's like, it wasn't that.
Well, I think for him to get back into the play, he got to drop a rapping album. And maybe a collab album with Gunna. That would be fire.
With Gunna?
Gunna is on fire right now. As far as in rapping. If he dropped something collab wise, as far as in a lot of this Kendrick stuff, it hit deep because nobody's supporting him. Nobody's backing him. Nobody's making like beats or nothing for him. No big time producers and shit like that. So that's why Joe Budden was saying that they feel like it's an industry thing, trying to get rid of Drake. Show some support, and then the Jones effect is naturally going to happen. It's going to be like, oh, if you fucking with him, then I'm fucking with him. That's how it should go. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking collab album with Gunna or somebody from Atlanta, just like Kendrick said.
But see, it's like so much scrutiny around it. Is that, can you do that?
Yeah.
Can you run into Atlanta when you need a check balance?
Yeah, because Atlanta is the mecca of hip hop right now. So yeah, you're gonna need, at this point, you're gonna need Atlanta support.
But you're from Toronto. Like, go find a Toronto.
What other Toronto artists you know? Tory Lanez, he booked.
I don't know who else.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's why he was doing all the shit. My nigga YG in the West Coast, he came to America and made America his land more than anything. So I think you would probably have to either collab with somebody. You ain't getting nobody from the West Coast. Florida don't do it nationally. It would have to be Atlanta or maybe New York.
Who in New York though?
Who knows? A lot of people like 4 and 5 out there. But I would say Gunna. If you get a feature with Gunna and shit like that, come out and make that shit a hit, a summer banger or some shit like that. Yeah, you could get on top of this shit. I think that I still think when the youth come up, they not rocking with you. It don't matter who you collab with. I think they already got an image.
That's why I feel like he has to like drop the younger vision shit he was doing, and like appeal to people like us, like people who's your age, basically, because we're the only ones that, I don't want to say can see past that or whatever, but that's what I'm kind of saying. It's like, we know the old Drake, we know that he can rap and all that type of stuff. She don't know no Tuscan leather and all that type of, like, that's not her lane. So it's like, it's not a lot of convincing that you can really do for younger kids and shit like that. So more like back onto the Kendrick Lamar video, it was just like so many symbolism in there that I feel like he don't have to be dramatic and shit. Like, he don't have to bring a lot of hype energy. That's why I feel like during it, when it kept going in and out and you hearing the other people do the hype, that was like, it was like, I don't have to do a whole lot. Like, they singing this shit loud as hell. They doing it. That's why he kept bringing the voices of the people into the video and stuff like that. And people were saying, like, not people saying, but he had that. He had the D-Rose in there. He had they was analyzing, like, Mustard had a fucking Toronto hat on, a Blue Jays hat. He had his wife in there. And they was like, oh, and she got a wife beater on. And it's like, trying to be funny and shit like that. It was just like all these little caveats in the video that was like, nigga. And then it was like, when he's like, and it's probably a minor, he doing hopscotch. That's a kid fucking shit.
Dance.
Yeah, it's like,
I seen that.
It was just like so many things. I'm like, okay, I appreciate the thought. I appreciate like an actual video, because I'll be feeling like videos just be like run and gun now. So to see like a concept more so put together, it was like, okay, yeah, it's still gonna go. it's still gonna go. Even my fucking Jordan was hype as hell. And I'm like, we like, oh, you wanna watch the Kendrick Lamar drawing? Like, she like, what? Not like us. It got a real video?
Right.
I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Like,
I heard you said you heard her on Roblox in the chat.
Yeah.
Y'all seen the Not Like Us video?
Yeah, I was like, is she asking her friends if they see the Not Like Us video? Like,
but that's how we used to be though.
That's crazy.
That's how we used to be.
I feel like it's crazy because she don't even tap into videos like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
she do
sometimes, but not recently.
Not recently, but like she had her era with Lele and Blackpink and them doing all their little Chinese dances and shit. She was doing all that shit before. Yeah.
So yeah, she did have that, but it was like recently she ain't really been on that type time. So now it's like, oh, did y'all see the Not Like Us video? Oh wait, yeah, I'm sitting right here. I'm waiting for it. We put it on the big screen. Everything is like,
right.
Wow, she's tapped into that crazy. So and even some people saying that Kendrick Lamar is dragging it. How's he dragging it, y'all? I really want to know, like, how are you dragging a song? This is my song. Like, should I have came out the video like been rushed like Drake and just I should have been dropped it? Like, no, I took my time when I came out with a dope video and shit like that. Like, I just don't. I think those are just Drake people in the comments.
I don't think he's dragging it.
I don't think he's dragging it at all. Like, it didn't even give that whatsoever. I think
capitalizing.
Yeah. And then people saying like, oh, what if he dropped his album? Or what if he dropped this and that? He is. You see what he did in the beginning? That was like a preview to a song.
It's two ways this can go. Whether he dragging it or not. If he drop an album and that shit is buns, he dragging it. He using Drake name to promote his album. If he drop an album and that shit is fire, no. Music succeeds everything. If the shit is a slap, if the shit is a banger, it's a banger. Now, if he drops a
dud,
yeah, if he drops a dud, it's not as good. But if he drops a banger, this might be the most all-time charting album. Period.
I think so, because that little clip that I got in the beginning, I loved it.
Mm-hmm. He was spitting.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, what are you talking about?
And I feel like he's more motivated, more energized, more enthused.
Right. That's what I'm getting.
Drop music to, all right, I'm gonna drop music to, because I got to. But now it's like, I'm in the booth, I'm hype. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? I'm way more enthusiastic in what I'm talking about now.
I'm still riding with Kendrick. I don't know what Drake is gonna do.